Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. This is the Nemesis patch. I posted this track a few days ago on my YouTube channel, and this is another short video trying to explain the patch. And it all comes down to the Phonogene, which it was the basis of this patch. And I was just thinking about selling it and getting some other fancy new module that does granular, that does sampling. And then Phonogene took its revenge by creating this amazing beat you're hearing in this patch. Let's hear it by itself. It's deep. It has a nice low frequency in it, has a nice kick in it, and a high frequency. It sounds like a hospital machine that does the high frequency in there. So what happened was that I recorded a part of the patch into the Phonogene just to see if it can do something cool. It was just my my idea, just to do something like that before I sell it, just to be sure that I don't need it anymore. And then Phonogene took its revenge by saying, no, I can do amazing things if you use me right. So what did I do here? This is the whole loop. Slow down. So if I put it on the original speed, it was somewhere here maybe. Somewhere here, I'm not sure. And you hear that high frequency is wait. This one. It sounds like a sound from Rings, but it's actually a field recording that I did a long time ago, and it was still in Phonogene when I recorded this new loop. Yeah, and I didn't even know. And they are together. These two sounds are together, and when you play them slowly and reversed, sounds already really gothic and extreme. And of course, if I make the loop shorter, I can make it faster. It depends how I want it, how fast I want it. And another trick that I need to tell you about, which I've never seen before, it's also a crazy idea of me, just to try it. I'm connecting the end of sample to the input of the vari speed. Somehow this connection, it creates the kick sound, because if I take the cable out, you hear it's really flat, that kick sound. But if I put it in, it becomes really much more thick and has a bigger impact. And this is with the attenuator on completely zero, on the minus, completely counterclockwise. If I turn it the other way around, it's also losing its it loses its impact from the other side. Yeah, so this was a little trick that created that much bigger kick in that sound, a very complex sound, and in that way, yeah, this is just the Phonogene that you're hearing, and I'm sending it through some external effects, some reverb in there, and some extra gain that I wanted for this sound to become a bit more industrial. And then I have some other sounds happening here. I have the zero coast. Still very useful, even though I have the TPO. It's droning, but I'm sending an audio from vocal back into the overtone section there, and it just, you hear it just creates some kind of little waves in there, some interesting things happening. And if I turn the slope on, I have a patch that is like a Krell patch, and it creates some random gates, and suddenly there's some kind of like rain sounds that being amplified by the topographic delay. So extra texture sounds that I can take off if the slope is not on. So I can create two different textures with a zero cost. I have here another extra sound that is not very useful for this patch, and I have another interesting thing here. The DPO, the middle output from the first oscillator, I need to find out how's it called, I don't even remember that. It goes through a random source surge filter, and I'm pinging the filter with Vogelbach random gates, and also sending random CV into the 1 voltage per octave inputs. I'm taking two outputs of the filter, putting it into the clouds, and clouds is picking up very few grains, and yeah, throws them into space with lots of reverb. So I thought these sounds are sounds that create more ambience, they give more room into the track. So I use them quite often, usually in different techniques and different ways. So I thought this is very useful in this aggressive track. For example, together with the kick or the zero cost. Which is obviously more important. It adds to the epicness of this kick. Very ravey sound to my ears. And here I have some brutal noise. I need to talk about this because yeah, I know it's very tempting to buy new modules and new fancy modules. Some amazing new ideas are coming into modular, but the nature of modular is so open that you can create these new sounds with existing modules. So for example, this sound is the resonant equalizer from Surge in a feedback patch, so it creates feedback, a really hard sound, and I'm sending it into the wave shaper. A lot of people are selling this. It's an incredible tool if you're looking for something that you add distortion. If you're looking for something to experiment with, is an amazing module. So I'm sending two outputs from the resonant equalizer into the two sections of the wave shaper, and then I'm modulating it with LFOs, and yeah, two different LFOs to create movements in there, and that creates that brutal sound. that actually I do not want this sound together with the kick because it kind of takes away the effect of the kick. But I would like that if I'm having everything on, and then suddenly I take the kick off, then I can start adding the noise. And then I can put the kick back in and continue the track. That's it. This is all I wanted to say. I was thinking of selling Phonogene. No. Phonogene said, no, don't sell me. Zero cost, still useful, still creating amazing textures, and very easy to create curl patches on that one. DPO through a filter through clouds creates these interesting textures, and shout out at the topographic delay, which is an amazing experimental device. You shouldn't think about it as a delay. You should think about it as a really just an experimental sound module that you can change radically the sounds you create on your systems. Yeah, that's it. The track that I've made is a very important track for me personally. I was very emotional when I made it, and on the description below you can find out why, and you can listen to it properly mixed and produced. And yeah, that's it for this one. I hope I gave you some good ideas to work, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.